There is a lot of hype right now about chasing the perfect morning routine. 5 a.m. alarms, cold plunging, journaling, all these things that look really good on paper. But even the best of routines still leave people feeling a little bit stuck. Let's be real, most people don't have a routine problem. It's more like a why the heck am I even doing this problem? Because you don't need another routine. You need a reason to wake up in the first place. If you're new here, my name's Ryan, and I talk about the stuff that people are kind of pretending to have all figured out. If you've ever felt like routines just don't seem to work, this one's for you. We've made routines the idol. Like, if you can just wake up earlier, stack all your habits just right, then all of a sudden everything will just click. But here's what people aren't really talking about. Routines only work when they're connected to something that you actually care about. For real, there's actual real research on this. Stuff like self-determination theory, which basically says you're way more likely to stick to something if it comes from internal motivation. Not guilt, not pressure, and definitely not from some influencer's schedule. So if you're doing all of the right things and still feel a bit numb, that's not a discipline issue. That's disconnection. The truth is, your reason, your purpose, that's the fuel. Without it, you're kind of just going through the motions. That's why so many people end up burning out while being disciplined. A study from the University of Chicago found that people stick to their routines way better when their habits are tied to a personal goal or deeper value. So yeah, drink that green juice if you want to. But if you don't really know why you're doing it, none of it matters. So if you're struggling with this, you're not lazy. You're just disconnected from your why. I used to chase routines thinking it would fix me somehow. Get up earlier, do the cold shower, journal, all of the things. But underneath it all, I still felt kind of off. Still overthinking, still doubting myself, because I still hadn't really figured out exactly what it was that I did want. I was just kind of trying to feel in control of something. But once I got honest about the type of life that I actually wanted to live, the kind of person I was actually working toward becoming, that's when the routine actually started to mean something. Not because I was forcing it, but because it became rooted in something real. I think James Clear said it best in Atomic Habits. Real change happens when it's based on identity, when your habits align with who you believe you're actually becoming. That's why reason comes first. Your reason gives your habits meaning, and it gives your routine roots. You don't have to motivate yourself every single day when your actions are actually tied to something you believe in. So if you're feeling like maybe you've been falling off a bit because you haven't nailed that perfect morning routine, let it go. The routine isn't the problem. The problem is that you haven't slowed down enough to get clear on your reason. Start there. Because once you actually know what you're showing up for, everything else will start to organize around that. So if this hit with you today, drop a comment. Tell me your reason, or just drop real talk. Let me know you're in this with me. And if you're on that path of rebuilding yourself from the inside out, subscribe. Because that's what we're doing here.